Hey, welcome to another exciting lesson. Today, we are going to discuss verbs, tenses, types, and the predicate. So if you're looking for, the absolute shortest path to understanding the power dynamics inside English structure, you're in the right place. We're not just here to memorize definitions. This is a real deep dive into what I think is the most crucial building block of language, the verb.
It absolutely is.
Yeah, and we want to understand how its subtle shifts can determine, everything. Agency, time, certainty.
The whole picture. That's the mission. We got a ton of source material that basically confirms the verb isn't just a word, it's the engine.
The engine, I like that.
Yeah, it dictates the meaning, the structure. I mean, at its core, sure, a verb is used to describe some action, a state of being, or an occurrence.
But it's so much more than that structurally.
So much more. It's the one necessary component of the predicate.
Exactly. When we talk about subjects and predicates, we always say the predicate is what the subject is doing or being. But the verb is really the nucleus of that whole idea.
It is.
Let's use that classic example. The dog runs down the street.
Perfect. The dog is your subject. Everything else runs down the street. That's the predicate.
Right.
But here's what's so fascinating. If you strip away all the extra stuff, the street, the prepositions, you're just left with runs.
The verb.
The verb. And that's the core of the agency. It's the word that lets the subject do or be anything at all.
So if the verb gives the subject its agency, it also has to anchor that action in time. We often call verbs time travelers.
We do, and that's a good place to start. Verbs tell us when something happens. Is it in the past? Is it happening now? Or is it going to happen in the future?
The simple tenses.
The simple tenses, exactly. And, the rules are pretty straightforward for those. For the past tense, you usually just add aid to the base form of the verb.
So to talk becomes talked.
Yep. Simple as that. Action over.
And for the present tense, you've got a couple of options, right?
You do. You can either use the verb as is, like talk, or you add an as or es, so you talk.
Okay. And the future tense is probably the easiest of them all.
Oh, by far. You just pop the word will in front of the verb, will talk. Done.
It seems so simple.
Well, it is and it isn't. These are just the simple tenses. It gets a lot more complex from here, but this is the foundation. You have to understand this structure first.
All right, so let's shift gears a little. Let's talk about the types of verbs. We can start with the most obvious one, action verbs.
The doers.
The doers, exactly. They show an action. We're talking running, jumping,
swimming, eating, all those things you can physically or even mentally do.
Going back to our first example, the dog runs. Run is a perfect action verb. It shows exactly what the dog is doing.
It does. But sometimes the main verb needs a partner. It needs some help to make the meaning clear.
And that brings us to helping verbs.
Precisely. They assist the main verb. So take a sentence like, she is standing on the table.
Okay.
Here, you actually have two verbs working together. Standing is your main verb. That's the action. But is the helping verb.
So is helping standing. What is it? What is it actually doing?
It's helping to show that the action is happening right now. It's in progress. It gives the main verb a little more context about time.
I see. So you can kind of chain them together to build a more specific meaning.
You can. And that brings us to another type of partner verb, one that's about possibility.
You're talking about modal verbs?
I am. These are the possibility makers.
So they don't show action themselves, they just add information about what? Potential.
Potential, necessity, permission. Think of a sentence like, he could fly in the morning.
Okay, so the main action is fly.
Right. Fly is the main verb. But could is the modal verb. It's telling you about the possibility of flying. He might not. It's not certain.
And structurally, that all still fits together. He is the subject.
And could fly kicks off the predicate. It's the main verb phrase.
This is a great framework. Okay, so let's try to apply this. Let's take a few examples and see if we can connect the dots. We can try to identify the verb and figure out its tense and its type.
Sounds good. Let's do it.
Okay, first one, the cat licks his paws.
All right. The verb there is licks. That's the main verb. It's an action verb.
And the tense?
Well, it has the es on the end, so that's the simple present tense. It's something the cat does habitually.
Okay, that was easy. Let's make it a little harder. How about, the cat is licking at his paws?
Ah, now we have two verbs.
You do.
Licking is still our main verb, the action. But no, we have is as a helping verb.
Right, and it's telling us that the action is happening, like, right now. It's ongoing.
Exactly. Present progressive.
Okay, one more with the cat. The cat could lick his paws.
Now we're in the world of modals.
We are.
Lick is still the main verb, but could is the modal verb showing possibility. The cat has the ability to do it, but maybe it's not doing it right now. It's just a potential.
That's a great breakdown. Let's try a different one, a bit of a curveball. The bear could be in the cave.
This is a good one. People might get tripped up here.
Where's the action?
There isn't one. The main verb is be. It's a state of being verb.
And could.
Could is still our modal. It's showing the possibility of the bear's state of being. The could be part is the complete verb phrase.
So understanding that verbs aren't always about doing is key. They can just be about being.
Absolutely. And seeing how modals and helpers partner with both types is how you really start to decipher sentence structure.
Let's do one more practice round. She is dancing on the table.
Okay, this is a classic helping verb example. Dancing is clearly the main verb, the action.
And is the helper.
Is the helper. It puts that action in the present moment, making it continuous.
It's all starting to click. So the real insight here is that when you see multiple verbs clumped together, you shouldn't panic.
No, not at all. You just have to identify the main verb, the core action or state, and then look at its partners. The helpers and modals are just there to give you more information about time and certainty.
So to recap this deep dive then, a verb is the heart of the sentence. It defines the action or the state of being.
It's the core of the predicate.
And it can work alone as a main verb like running or talking, or it can team up with partners.
Helpers like is or modals like could, which add all those extra layers of meaning.
This has been incredibly useful. It really clarifies how sentences are built from the ground up.
It does. It's all about those partnerships.
So as you go about your day, reading articles or emails, here's a final provocative thought for you to consider.
Ooh, I like this.
We've talked about how modal verbs like could express possibility. Now think about the highest form of certainty, which is often the simple future. Will. That's a strong statement.
It is. It's a declaration.
But what happens when you find a sentence where a writer combines an action that is definitively finished, a past tense verb, with a modal that expresses uncertainty?
So you mean like combining might or could with a finished action?
Exactly. How does that combination of a finite action and an uncertain possibility fundamentally challenge the idea of historical truth in that sentence?
That's a brilliant question. When you say something like, they might have finalized the contract, you're taking a historical event and deliberately making it speculative.
You're turning a fact into a guess.
A guess or a theory, or maybe even a legal loophole. That partnership, a modal with a helping verb and a past tense main verb, that's where the subtle art of communication lives. It's the difference between what happened and what might have happened. Keep an eye out for those verb phrases. That's where the real story often hides.